570.
No. What do you want to watch? Do you want to watch your Compact Plus or Premium?
I want my Compact Plus.
Then you don't need to pay 570. You need to pay 380. You need to drop and save yourself 190. You save yourself 190 Ghana cedi. Pay 380, and you will still watch Compact Plus.
Compact Plus is still 570. Is it not?
The content is worth 570.
Compact Plus is still 570.
The content is worth 570.
Compact Plus
being offered to you at 380.
Compact Plus is still 570.
The arrogance with which until machoism be Charlie. He has no clue what it means to say a minister.
Never.
The beyond he has no clue what it means to be a minister. Minister, the only minister you want to say.
Number.
We have some judge and two. Now, young state of the nation. 24-hour economy, no. I had day. 24-hour economy, no. I had day. Bobby. Yeah, 24-hour economy. Yet, Chroma say na 24-hour economy. But two I'm catching them say, "What policy in Libya? Framework be any o." Name mo na man for ni people biate. Na okay, how to win elections. No akwentu 0. Etworo koma ani nua mako 0. E wo Rome. Time wana mako 0 epe eye tumi e wo Rome. Emperor. Okatakyie say promise the people so hard because people get disappointed when you don't promise them than when you are not able to deliver the promise. Will be ready? How by we are speaking to issues and educating you. Marcus 0, Ninia Quintus 0, Chro Krata command, tell man no emperor of Rome. No, Okatakyie say. One of the things you must do is that you should promise the people so hard because people get disappointed when you don't promise them than when you are not able to deliver the promise. It's not your man 24-hour economy. Why are down the lane? What is the state of 24-hour economy?
No fire.
This is the 24-hour economic clock. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. 1, 3, 3. One job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Obiabe Didi. Edu. Extraordinary problems require extraordinary solutions for extraordinary results. And so businesses and public organizations will be encouraged to operate 24/7 in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. This will boost production, it will increase employment and provide well-paying jobs. It will transform Ghana into an import substitution and export-led country. It will increase employment opportunities and revenue, and it will enhance access to public services. We will focus on some selected public institutions that have huge customer traffic. For instance, the ports and harbors should be open 24/7. That means we have to employ more workers at the port. We have to employ more customs officers, more Gapoha workers, more forklift operators and all that. We need customs. Customs should work 24/7. 3 shifts.
Mr. President, 1 year on. Akufo-Addo buy in the first year, 2017. The first year now, General, annual or launching the flagship program, free SHS.
Precisely.
1 year down the lane, which sectors are operating the 24-hour economy? What are the measurable outcomes as it stands now? Mr. President, we want to know. Why is said 24-hour economy? Oba ye nurses for current for current 1 year. What is the status of job creation under the 24-hour economy? Sameja fi ewo he 24-hour economy no. Ewo he fa. What is the status? What percentage our policy way say a major employment engine? How many jobs have been created? Which industries have adopted the 3 shift? 1 job, 3 shift, 3 jobs. Data 133 go be. Data 24-hour economy away. Man for an NTSCT. Data 24-hour economy. Citizens in the pursue now 1 year at a concert. Man for an NTSCT. When the box and the Namfa near the Shatawali Namfa, na lumba die ba ye boa lumba die se 3 months ya nka na concert nko salary arrears of nurses, doctors, teachers kula mutimintua and I don't mean say agoya kutubunku ya otega ateyi wasi yetua teachers ka the several months of see yentua omukaro yetua omukenti yemo yensem ban no speak crazy to say aban yend Edigovi clearly a fracadam 24-hour economy no the state of the nation you know actually say 24-hour economy be anyhow same ayi good board so
would love to do that but if you are not and that is where John Mahama's 24-hour economy comes in as a deliberate government intervention to encourage that person and make it easy for him. And yet it was no. You think Kenya boso. Yeah, the idea by friend time of use tariff. Emra will be used to Kenya and the better boa bitua. It will use soon Kenya no. Emra ni pado do use soon Kenya and your friend.
Ononkwa. Sameja mfi nkwa ne said we sika in Kenya. In Kenya. So in Kenya no ewa here time of use a tariff for said no away.
Active.
Sameja mfi away. How many companies na sisi at a time of use tariff for said in Kenya no? How many companies? Fracadam. And the people are not interested in these particular things. They are distracted. A lot of things distract them. The state of the economy, the 24-hour economy, Ghana was told, Ghanaians were told we should expect major economic shift 1 year down the lane. 24-hour and coming.
President John Dramani, please, we are on our knees. Some of us work for the party. Look, these are our party cards. This is my party card. This is my paying card. This is where I pay my dues. Look at this one. Look at this one. You see, so it is not politically motivated. This is my party constitution. It is not behind this MPP. Please, the youth have worked and must be paid. Teachers must be given clearance. Those who are in the house, they should be given clearance to work. You see, Ghana, we don't respect teachers. It is teachers who make every profession. So now, why are you making it look as if we should regret why we chose this profession? All of us cannot be at the presidency. All of us cannot be at the ministries. All of us cannot be doing any other work. Some must definitely teach. And so if you have chosen this profession, and this is how Ghana is treating us, if we don't get teachers to work, if you don't get teachers to teach our words, what will the country, how will the country be? How will it be?
If you don't get teachers to teach our words, copy baby for that. Now buying what other 24-hour economy.
That one.
Obi. The state of the state of the nation address. Yeah, Mamuno. Yeah, Koso. Money be brain. Yeah, boy, go be at Kromasi. Anna, Omode, Aibaye. Ora.
Six cases that we have reviewed in detail. If we are successful in recoveries, we can retrieve as much as 20.49 billion United States dollars. 20.49 billion United States dollars. 36 cases, and that's from National Cathedral, PDS, MS, SML. You have the GMPC salt pond decommissioning.
Okujatu, 21 billion away.
Man.
21 billion. 1 year down the lane. Ora me pamucho madaroma 21 billion ewahi. Bisa more. Major campaign promise some be retrieve corruption. They say attorney general, and no media general, and media general. They say medium no ba. You be a court at all. Attorney general's uncle court. Hey, ya ba media ba. Na attorney general no. They say mo man nko media general for headquarters. Cause me need the oil. Now the entire American has been because of the respect I have for the deputy. Justice Remsai. So precisely. And then you better to. You better bound for no attack. The Musa government will say, what is the commitment of Ora? And dear now, but what you do says he can't imagine saying. Court on sense.
Not fire.
Yenji Okujato. Yanko Suntino.
And we decided that in this open session we will not go into greater detail. And there's a great deal of resources belonging to the taxpayers that can be retrieved. Then we've also done an estimate of the state capture the lands. If we successfully ask people to pay conservative market value for the lands they have looted, again, the experts are telling us that we can recover about 702.8 million United States dollars. For the Ghanaian people.
708 million. Sign a multi-miaji. No catch it. Ora, hey, ye acquire Wakasaka lawyer. Okay, your friend is Martin Pebu. Ora, we go after them. Ora, acquire day. 1 year down the lane, state of the nation. What is the true state of Ora? What have they been able to achieve? Ask them. Ora, no. What is the true state of Ora? True state of the nation address. We will keep on advising. Obi, yebema mo hunu di ekoso. Dede ni adini nyina nka hwe. Afini to concert any president mama woje fans ni we are humble but okay we are humble nyina na concert no kata the real issues, so I am not part of it. You watch the true state of the nation. True state of the nation.
Those who were paying 42,000 cedis, 120,000 cedis, 160,000 cedis to pay the fair market value. Those are lands that $500,000, $600,000, you will even struggle to get cantonments land at that figure. So very conservative estimates. We take the view that if people are asked to pay the real market value, this is how much we can retrieve. So in all, just a summary, the 36 cases, the high amount cases that we put together, and then the land loot, potentially we can raise about 21.19 billion United States dollars. And that is far more than what we have been chasing the IMF for. We have also saved large portions of the agric mechanization lands at
cantonments. Those of you who are conversant with that land, opposite the Elwak Sports Stadium, all of it had been allocated. The documentation we have is that all of that land has been sold. And the sad part is that you will see from the report, some people, prime cantonments land, paid as low as 42,000 cedis. 42,000 cedis for a plot of land. Some 160,000 cedis. And these are government officials, MPs, ministers of state. So,
Gobi, General.
Bisa no hene.
Me ofa kempo, me ofa me nya me hu se wo frɛ na me wi a me frɛ. Why? Me frɛ ni edi ma me akoso se wa onkomo. Why? Ni ade nyina. Gobi oyi.
Hene.
Na ye free ora ne ho no a. Yeti kromo asei. Ana rantie bi e frɛ ni Jakwa. Oni ne nkrofo hyehyɛ kambu.
The national security has made a massive bust, seizing a large unspecified amount of US dollars and Ghana cedis, including other counterfeits, hidden in 12 20-footer shipping containers. The containers were tracked to a warehouse at Sapiman in Ega West municipality, where a special operation was conducted after a tip-off. The cleverly concealed currencies, mostly bundles of US dollars, was found in wooden boxes filled with cement. Other boxes opened in the warehouse during the operation revealed extra currencies stashed in boxes that are barricaded with plywood and concealed with charcoal. According to the national security operatives involved in the operation, 2 containers
the state of the nation, Jakwa. Gold gold na muko any sika dollars na muko ewo he. We want to know the truth of the nation. It's a problem say muko nya gold. Na ebesi ne ya hunu ba bi e fire dia. And it means more as gold than the dollars no. Because the people must know. The people must know. For several months, from 1 year down the lane, the question is louder. That needs answers. Where is the gold? Where is gold ball? Gold ball. What you claim as a major and feedback catching a say? What you think of me? Oh, my because of course, a major and fear some so. Me uncle, where so ECG? Jinapo, Sabu, Stewayo. Over 2,000 soldiers, and they are even a state of the nations. Our containers win away. What is the you will say question? What is the status of a year container away? It's Mount Fon and Tinio Manwasi. Where is the state of the nation addressing the neighbor? Govi yenyi wenfu yati hase samajafi gold board may be making losses so samajafi gold board make kan wasem kaka no monti ase and it is coming out gold board is making losses na the information fire gold board is making losses the true state of the nation Messenger ECG containers in 2,637 ewohefa
expose them.
Ewohe. Ovi. Omon kan kure. Na manfo na yes. Containers yira ya yesi ehun ye ewohe. $1 ye kwachi no opoku ase ne ewo he the state of the nation obi abiana fire Yebusa sa question. Obi awia.
Fine.
Yes, Anka you.
Meanwhile, a manhunt is underway for 4 suspects, including a ringleader known only as Salaji. The warehouse yielded even more shocking discoveries, including boxes of metals suspected to be gold bars, counterfeit notes in 50 and 100 cedis denominations, and fake Ghana Army uniforms and boots.
The state of the nation, you know. Baby, I have no. A tro near the boomai.
Sir?
You never me a home. You're sorry for your some John, you are oral, the state, national security, any gold board and says a tro mudi boomai. Now, fee, your 24-hour economy. My main question is 2 major topics very important topic. Attorney General, the press conference, why Efa Oforiata. Respectfully say, you are not an honest person to the people when it comes to this very matter.
Never.
Attorney General, Eba Bekan Sebi, Second Oforiata, and high lawyers, for CM fighting man. You say Attorney General no question. Second of we have to fight high lawyers in the bay. Or high lawyers in so munya day. Because a extradition be started here. Can of we attend to me high lawyers on way.
Never.
It's a question you Attorney General. Attorney General. The banner can of we have to high lawyers no. Now also file ujina okasai for several hours. When to me for one single evidence, I must say, still try your filing yeni. Your filing was federal district way. South federal district way your filing ye go be. Na suit na many. Judge na teso. When to me for BBC.
Fire.
One for BBC ama. Yankan studio. Eti Attorney General question ye busa and say so far can Oforiata. Owo he enko mo bia koso wo ho moma mi ni kakra nkyere mo
Fire.
John Mahama campaign team say they say yeah beto aba no the last $20 million omunya free he monti dey make yi monti dey yi before question me musa na fa mo ho musa John Mahama ban say the last $20 million on the year campaign onya free he
Fire.
you musa question John Mahama mo hwe ya beto aba na John Mahama was na you very fluid. Now opposition owo skase kura de na eye nwanwa man adia wo mu ye nyina points to the fact say it looks like obi pese adia no ye be chicken Oforiata na mo de manfo no adwene edi agro and mechere ni edi
Fire.
yanko hwe Attorney General Attorney General.
Principle of reciprocity applies, okay, and I would have been very happy to hand over Abutrika as I have done, okay, and then get Oforiata quickly in return, all right. But usually, the extradition proceedings take place in a court of competent jurisdiction.
Okay.
Hold on. Abutrika as I have done.
Hold on. Attorney General, Jinaso na yemusa question. Kovi. Mama mi say general question. Or say or you sue where they say. Usually the extradition process is not started in a competent court of federal jurisdiction. Oba meremu agovi. Ubisa lawyer ni bia say what is the most principal law here pass obi huna. And they say se wusua mane nyina wie na wonnim jurisdiction of the court na wasua gukwa It says over file case. Na case in uni madi mani kosisen. Wabene mani kosisen. Na on the call the wrong court wa dia ye nyina no. Bruni se o se enkase. Okasa no say extradition process it starts at the competent court of federal jurisdiction. Tienio. Meanwhile, federal jurisdiction chrono. Wamfa anto. Wantibi anka nkyere say Ubedu United States here. Federal District Court war a United States here. A year 92. Ukodu New York, for instance. Federal District Court in 3 New York. Your forum and venue selection. Untibi now sorry answer my file case. You cannot fight an extradition that does not exist. If it's a Ghana from Extradition Act of 1960, Section 7, the ECA, United States, also file a federal question. File anyway. Now,
to take a moment to announce that I have formally transmitted the request for the extradition quickly in return. All right. But usually, the extradition proceedings take place in a court of competent jurisdiction. In our case, that is the district court. All right. In the U.S., it will also be the federal district court. Now, mind you, the person who is the subject matter of extradition will fight it in court. Okay, so the American authorities won't just take my request and say, here you are, here is Ken Oforiatta, and then here is, his other accomplished, and you take them, and then they can face trial. It will have to go through court proceedings in the U.S., all right? And I just got to know, that he has hired some of the top, yesterday, I got to know that he has hired some of the top lawyers in the United States of America, very experienced lawyers, to, defend him. Now, I'm not afraid at all. All right, I am not afraid at all, but it means that there's going to be a fight in the federal courts in the U.S.
Attorney General, I am so sorry. You are a noble gentleman. Why are you deceiving the Ghanaian people? Ken Oforiatta has hired some top lawyers. So first of all, extradition process. To challenge an extradition, there must first be a formal request from Ghana. Later, the timelines and data or the extradition procedure, you can clear it as a time like Ken Oforiatta and lawyers. And Ken Oforiatta can appeal to the circuit court. So go for almost state court and or more federal court. Or more your friend is federal district court, circuit court, and some United States Supreme Court. Now, go exactly. There can say extradition. Say federal district court or magistrate. Now, they all you have to say issue extradition certificate. You remember? You read extradition section 1. I say a requisition for a surrender of a fugitive criminal of any country who is suspected of being in Ghana shall be made by the minister by a diplomatic representative or consular office for that country. The minister by order signified to a district magistrate that the requisition has been made and require him to issue this warrant for apprehension. Now, sir, extradition process will go be. Benoka say the same reciprocity. 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 They say said the towards extradition process. No, Sana US so any delay. So Ghana extradition Act of 1960, Section 7. Or says who extradite you be Obiaba be di bone. Oversee a channel in the the NCA di kan yene se nipa ne kromu ne diplomatic senka yene okuje to ablakwa ebe file abasi Ghana for mo rere nipa na mame. So US is almost the same. Extradition process is almost the same. Now, you ready? We say US for now, Ubeduha 18 United States Code Section 3184. Also, whenever there is a treaty or convention for extradition between United States and any other foreign government, any justice or judge of the United States or any magistrate authorized, the key word here is authorized. So you cannot just sit down and allow any judge at all, any magistrate at all, to sit on an extradition process. General Chenye. So Attorney General Ababe Kachere say, ya file Kanoforia time high lawyers for na a lawyer for no more top class. They are fighting the extradition. It's a lie, palpable. Because first of all, you must tell us where Oforiata is. Because you can't just wake up and come and serve a year extradition process anywhere. It must be at the right a year federal district court. Federal district court, you know, so baby, a nipana or reno otie. Eti Attorney General for address na wonimuno of Ambre. Eti Attorney General do Furiata address in Ebreya. Near Hunus Furiata to California, Furiata to New York, Furiata to New Jersey. It is our federal district court in the New Jersey, no. And one year file federal na many inquiries are court in Nemra, near. So no suit. Oh my, so the idea that somebody is fighting extradition is not true. You're ready, a year section 18, you're ready. I say, may upon complaint made under oath, issue warrant for the apprehension. Social media. Govi, Mona Montia, no problem. Attorney General is lying to the people. I said no U.S. court is hearing any extradition case. Maybe extradition case in Omoyen, Ewahi. Attorney General, Dominic Ayini, why are you lying to the people? Federal District Court to obey and our file extradition process against Ken Oforiata, because you can't just wake up and file extradition process anywhere at all. So why is it? Now, Attorney General,
former Finance Minister Ken Oforiata and his chef de cabinet, Mr. Ernest Dako Akore. You will recall that the Office of the Special Prosecutor investigated acts of corruption and corruption-related offenses by the former Finance Minister and his accomplices, and proceeded to file charges in the High Court of Justice against them. On November 19th, 2025, that is this year, my office received a formal request from the Office of the Special Prosecutor to initiate extradition proceedings for Kenneth Oforiata and Ernest Dako Akore from the United States of America. Following a preliminary review, our International Cooperation Unit observed that certain aspects of the request require clarification and enhancements to align with the applicable legal and procedural requirements. We communicated these observations to the Office of the Special Prosecutor via a letter dated 25th November 2025 and requested supplementary documentation to ensure completeness. On December 9th, 2025, the Office of the Special Prosecutor provided a requested additional documentation and addressed observations.
So by December 9th, and I am not say 22nd. So at what point in our file extradition
that we raised, thereby finalizing the extradition request packages. Subsequently, on December 10, 2025, my office transmitted the complete request to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for onward transmission to the competent authorities in the United States of America. That is, in this case, the Department of Justice of the United States.
So the Department of Justice of the United States, so clearly you understand that a Department of Justice of the United States, and eventually issue a arrest warrant. So how did you manage to tell the Ghanaian people say Keno Foriata hire a lawyer for so among fighting the extradition process. Me gonna want here. Because Okotwa, you ready, sir? Are you ready? You ready? Now, I say if on such a hearing, he deems fit, here we are talking about judge now, bet national. He deems fit the evidence sufficient to sustain the charge under the provisions of the proper treaty or convention, he shall certify the same to the Secretary of State that a warrant may issue for the surrender of such a person. It's Attorney General, our lawyer, Ninim said, a banner extradition and your final decision of a court. So if extradition is just issuance of certificate, how did you manage to say that it is appealable? Because per section 3184 of United States Code, no, extradition is appealable. The only time a decision is appealable at the court is when that decision is a final binding judgment of a court. In some instances, when your lawyer when him say even temporary restraining orders and injunctions and appealable at the court. How much more a certificate, magistrate, and a judge neighbor issue, and a wutran torture Ghana for one say. Keno Foriata high top lawyers are they air fighting.
At this point, it is left to the American authorities, especially the judicial authorities, to make a determination on whether a sufficient basis exists for the two accused persons to be extradited to Ghana to stand trial. And because the matters have already been filed, and because they have been filed by the Office of the Special
Filed where? Which court? Which judge? When was the hearing done? Filed where? Extradition cannot be filed at any just U.S. district court. Yes, I mean, you should give the people credit them with some intelligence. Keno Foriata ne address otehe. Keno Foriata ne address no otehe. And I'm file a federal court. Now there is no appeal, no second hearing. If it's a judge, no, a magistrate court, no, onye determine say yes, extradite Abu Treka. It's a certificate to be released in the NACO. But we try to watch the man for say Keno Foriata will be fighting, going to the circuit. When you market somebody Keno Foriata. And maybe some questions say $20 million now Modi campaign. Last minute and away. $20 million away. Na ya chief Keno. Woman Keno Foriata no wenchana. Why do you see a Keno Foriata is a lie? Lie. Yan chicken of Foriata and then Chenichina. So why gonna say? You're ready a year. Okay. Sorry. I'm back to Ofancha I say Mr. X and Mr. Y. I feel no motion your man. Or come Mr. X, Mr. Y, so still I don't want EPP and your what's here too. Now, Yarisha Adewi. When him say Adi Attorney General and Washada and Warrior Sabeya or best second of Foriata case, you know. And make sure the India. Because as part of a year treaty conventions between a year United States, you know, say o politicize Adi too much. A fugitive criminal shall not be surrendered if the offense in respect of which his surrender is requested is one of political character, or if it appears to the Court of National Liberation Council that the requisition of a surrender has in fact been made with a view to try or punish him for an offense of a political character. Tienio. Eti adi Attorney General ya de bia no odi abegina media mu a or fight Keno Foriata onimpe fe se mrane kase se ye kase obi mra for extradition process na say nipa ne politicize ade any too much. United States will not give that person to you. So say why are you lying to the people? I don't know which man for an intro. It's man for you they are some opium or media say media money di asem. Menoka said there is no extradition anywhere. Say be what Wadaroma Attorney General Yesrewa for extradition, no court to cram file, Fabra Yenina. Why? Yenina. So it's a lie. No extradition. Bibia say anyhow. Attorney General ni Chamotro. O Chamotro. O Chamotro pa.
Principle of reciprocity applies. Okay, and I would have been very happy to hand over Abu Trika as I have done. Okay, and then get Oforiata quickly in return.
Now then, Abu Trika, the one fighting case, from Supreme Court, from District Court to Abu Trika, or you decided on the coin, yes, sir. Now, yet me fighting extradition process up to a year Supreme Court level. So I believe that Abu Trika would. So, Attorney General on Kano correct. Munina Mudia. Now, last minute, Yamfa last state of the nation, here we are, Yan Soreso. Yet to come and say, Emma Ura John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama said, Yatu Abama in 2016. In fact, open Nipo Yen Lucky Power we are here. John Mahama aye MP, Deputy Minister, Vice President, President. Anna, the Nimugu Asia 2016. Or Dan and one or Kobaye. Okoba and Yami and Adomsa sharing Munyam. And this president, Bahuno said, Encophobia Shasia, Yentie Mahama Ayarga. Empina Wintimin Kunikruno. Yentie Mahama Ayarga. Now Mahama Ayarga, essay, and now Juma Papa, Joma, me boninti. A beti mikura, Yemma, Jomahama unko Tetem.
But due to the very, very excellent performance so far of John Dramani Mahama, Ghanaians are asking him to seek a third term. I know that. I know that because I read on social media, I listen to conversations, and Ghanaians believe that as a result of the good deeds of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, they don't want him to leave the presidency. And they believe that a third term is possible. And they are demanding for a third term. But John Dramani Mahama has not given any indication that he wants to go for a third term. But I have always said that Ghanaians will be the ultimate deciders of the future of this country. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, why do I say that? Please pay attention. Why do I say that? Next doors in the Côte d'Ivoire, the opposition leaders came to me when I was in the ECOWAS Parliament and complained that the president there wanted to go for a third term. And they were calling on us in West Africa to support them to oppose and prevent the president from going for a third term. So I asked them, the president who is seeking for a third term, is he going to put a ballot box in front of the citizens and ask them to vote?
This useless conversation being had by Mahama Ayarga. Any serious jurisdiction, Mahama Ayarga would have resigned as the majority leader of our parliament. Now, Ghana Parliament, over the quality of people who stand on the floor of Parliament to debate, they lack even the intellectual firepower to be able to debate on the floor of Parliament. And unfortunately, it's the truth. Osha time what the likes of Victor Usumu Jina floor of parliament, President Kufuor Jina floor of parliament, JH Mensa Jina floor of parliament, no more make it debate. They are making coherent analysis of issues. Look at Mahama Yarga. Any serious country where majority leader of the party, any what the constitution says, and this is not about politics. We are sipping you, metro, we don't history. But only say no, Mr. Constitutional Review Commission for the Abase. My MPC ministers. There is historical antecedent to that. But only say Omedi Abase yen change from 4 years to 5 years. There is historical antecedent to that. And I'm saying Ghana for an city. And the same thing is Anna Kwame Nkrumah time you see here. Kwame Nkrumah Obaye 1948 riot. Kwame Nkrumah ye pamo no ye change kotu mu na Nyankopon ye na dom said your mama ye gu n'anim ase 2016. Nyankopon ye na dom etie sufre. Ana Kwame Nkrumah in 1951 or so ye the election shares will beat ye UGCC for. Then onya nkrofo me sha ase keka nkwase asem kire no Kwame you can do it. Kwame the people love you. Kwame go ahead. Na Kwame Nkrumah ye no yi Chief Justice Akukosa said your mama ba ye ono so yi Chief Justice ye tokono hwim kwasesem sa na Kwame wakofa Preventive Detention Act we use parliament na ye de ma no majority parliament na ye de ma Kwame Nkrumah no na Kwame Nkrumah use the same majority parliament no masesa mbara no Preventive Detention Act. Don't forget everything Kwame Nkrumah did was law, it was legal, but it weakened the institution. And one of your mama by your mufu eleno. Don't ye Chief Justice. No, you know. You have super majority. Kwame Nkrumah no super majority, super majority. It was 33 against 3 seats. So it was a super majority back in 1950. Say ya on near Catholic. Na Kwame Nkrumah, I've a graduate. We said your mama won't catch it. Ye easy. We Kwame Nkrumah do any issue. But you know use parliament super majority near the man no. And or pass him, they say, Grandma declare one party state. Said the name Crawford, a Jimmy for air catcher or say, Constitution, you know, Sisan, Ewa Bra, would your mama when you unim DSC. The Entiana coup d'etat as a coso. Emma Star, a year republic way, Etimia survive is the hope that people think they will get the chance to choose their government every 8 years. Now, what you was say, yes, it's not Constitution, Messa could be you, and President Mama Power, Betimia could be you. Said your mama gave some many Ghana. A member no sorry Pomo Kwame Nkrumah. Tell me Pomo Kwame Nkrumah no. Na kwesi Saki. Onene ne nam a year. Hanover, Ofri Hanover or China. Kwesi Saki Jane ho eba Ghana. Ebe saranda to the Kumakers. Enti nipa ne ben wonu ane be yiwama. Wodi amu monada. Mama yalga went to me ko ne kuro monada. Say wo betimi aye. Go betimi aye. Say yana ne aye Kwame Nkrumah. Sa na champon beji to me a champon je to me in my man for the course there be or pay union government or them crop for catch a champon bet me ayo champ or no one crop for general kufu mu the two no eti mama ama yarga nya ni tiri koto se je mu amoa na won nada se bet me ayo the Ghanaian of yesteryears, the Ghanaian of 1966, the Ghanaian of 1972, the Ghanaian of 79 Ghana no we or na so tiase. The entire Yejamo Mamudi Sansem, who know as politicians, is because of the hope said, a nipa we were trying to 8 years in your Obekwa Mobiaba. It's refreshing. As I obey illegal. So Mobiako. The Article 66.2, Yenridi Article 66.2, Kenye, Oriana Nkrofobi imported nonsense into it. Say Article 66.2 said consecutive terms. This is the written or the actual text of Article 66.2. Article 66.2 is very clear. I say a person shall not be elected to hold office as president of Ghana for more than 2 terms. You need any consecutive. You need any caveat be 2 terms, full stop. The president limit is entrenched. It will be anti me can't say. Ana constitution say 2 consecutive terms and thereby never he go say your mama me say microphone nada so always Ghana for a water Odi amomonada. Oba fufro na omobo joso. John. You think you are doing what? You are not doing anything. The people just don't understand. Na mama yaga. Oh, yamana tete. Said Sabia no muye. The constitution we are surviving for the past 33 years. It's because of the hope of the people changing their government every 8 years. And the constitution is supreme than you, John Dramani Mahama. Even if you decide to amend the constitution, which there is a process because the constitution under Article 290, that chapter 8 is an entrenched provision. So there are processes, a entrenched amendment. Even if the people decide to amend the constitution, which means say emaso. Article 290 was this article applies to amendment of the following provisions of this constitution, which are in this constitution referred to as entrenched provisions. As a chapter 8, the whole of chapter 8. So chapter 8, amendia. We hear say go through Council of State. We hear say gazette. Na ye hwede obenya tumi so wo dis ansem kuno no. Memo papa ben na joma ama ni bu a ye hunu bi da concert ne theatrics no. Enti ye versus constitution amenako. Tie nyansa. Mr. President, tie now you read Article 1 to was a constitution shall be the supreme law of Ghana. And any other law found to be inconsistent, no judicial interpretation shall save you. Now, you better find any means possible. Any means possible. And you defend it. Because Constitution under Article 3.4, you read what Article 3.4 says. All persons of Ghana shall have the right and duty at all times to defend this Constitution. And in particular, to resist any group of persons, any person or group of persons seeking to commit any of the acts referred to in clause 3. To hear what I'm say about abrogating constitution, yellow beko. Ghana for your cowards, obviously, the laws were made for men. No problem. Said the laws were made for men. No, yes, so kwasi asem so. Yebenya bodamini a ochina wono so beba. Also, I didn't cry, say, you flew 2 times and 3 times in a while. You're about to about after every 20 years. You think you are the only people who are power hungry. You people. The American, Mr. President. So, what you say you're more powerful, when him Yansa, Obia Timinor here. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana for. There was Jeff, who dear my Ghana for Pamono. Kwame Nkrumah, George Jeff, who dear my Ghana for Pamono. Okotina Guinea Nukui. It would be Momonada, John Betty me, yes, it's a constitution. John Betty me, yes, it's a Momonada. Now, maybe show pictures to be. So now you're more powerful, you're more intelligent, you're more handsome than Kwame Nkrumah can bet you. Mr. President, be careful. To me, ba, Yenyankwasiafo, and Momutra Mushia. Na enyo no omopo wasemu omope ade no a omudie because of utumi no tie be dada na joma ma betimi ayo John, go ahead, amend the constitution. Kobio the president, Kwame Nkrumah, the best president Ghana ever had. Onye after you two no Guinea. Oma no mo dada ne so wonye de wonye nyina no obi akura nkwankosena no it is a president mama bekoso aye de oye no a me ka wo se Kwame Nkrumah de atu ni nie Mr. President de atu Kwame Nkrumah nie e so bekoso aye de woye no a to aso saa Mr. President enipa dada na woye de woye no a de atu Kwame Nkrumah enie Kwame Nkrumah na ojefa ahodie ma manfo no a na manfo ni bonisi no. It drew when West come to chef. Oyi say akukos said the oba wayi a chief justice ayenka ho hwe no. You are weakening the institutions. Go ahead and do it. But mention us a picture we so. One sergeant of my friend Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor was a very powerful guy in Liberia. When power changed within a twinkle of an eye, This is Charles Taylor, a hunk of Gunisa. This is Charles Taylor, a hunk of Gunisa. It is a 2-make club by 1 Ghana for body or 2 seconds. Mama Hama Yarigamo, Madanka Williams. And now they'll say you are above the law and you can change it and you go for dear bed. You will be shocked. What will you be met with? You will be shocked what you'll be met with. And we shall defend this constitution with our blood. Some of us were not born to just become some lines or a page in somebody's history. We never was born to be like that. And we don't want anybody to give us an opportunity to write a whole chapter about us. You will face the fiercest resistance ever in the history of our republic. And I know Deputy Director of Operations at the presidency. Your friend is Mustafa Bandi. Or say MPP for the baby boy. And yet me winnie. Mustafa MPP for baby boy. You know why? Because San Nipa Adasa is subaiti. Adasa subaini say. See the 2 me mau Julius Caesar. Nipa na omone ne call go ekokontokwa Julius Caesar call go kontokwa. Say nipa na wo ba ye Brutus ne nasefo. Omo an de se kan wo no ewo eye Senate. In the middle of Senate. Alexander the Great, at the age of 23 years, etimi conquer from Macedonia all the way to Persia. Eje sa kingdom akese nyina. Ono an nkrofo ne poison no. It is a winning to me, said yet here. Sit down there and start doing the things you are doing. Near the constitution. And it will change the constitution. Go and change the constitution. Julius Dabada was president in Libya. Pa. I said, don't get the pa. Or Moabe Boami had the second war a yes senate. Said the war Julius Caesar. Coincidentally, only Julius, but I could Julius Caesar, I could Julius Debra. It would hear twaso. Nemi anya odi mahama. 24-hour economy onya yensu yamane tete. Ora etro onya yensu yamane tete. DS Stephen Tokwa with Sam George onya yensu yamane tete. Go ahead and do that. And you will see, say to me, Kwame Nkrumah on Kwesi Saki, na the foreign affairs minister. Onene na kwa Hanover ye ku niwe ya no jana hono ba Ghana. It say wonim said you 2 meet here. Tina honedi eti mo ye President Mahama 3rd term, President Mahama 4th term. Emma so china. Even if the Constitutional Review Commission for omo amendment na omo proposing omo ya, President Mahama came on the back of this very constitution which gave him 2-term limit. So he can never become president again. Say amending one, it will not take a year retrospective effect. It will take a year effect from your next election. So whoever wins, they because 5 years now. Oh, President Mahama dear, we ting tone time. So, ladies and gentlemen, the state of the nation is say, Japa, gold no go hunu and the for about you gold and maybe a war. State of the nation is a gold board, some medium film crop for no chichi woman. Basically, near you. State of the nation is a ECG for and your man, Wamukasa, containers, Yante Wasimbu. State of the nation is a 20 General second of Furata Babane, Babachina. 1 year ni, Odi Attorney General no medium, court on Suya be on court. State of the nation is a national security. And your mom coach, you may no any ho. They are trop, fracadam, and nada no mudi boomai. 24-hour economy away. And my baby catcher is a mope. Eti, Madam Munyana. This is the maiden edition. We did Okatakyie Afrifa Mensa. Now, what we must understand is that clearly, a year Your mama and me got tete. But we be that also be got tete. I say lie. Okatakyie Afrifa, I came to serve you guys. I am done. You remember your home break because Christmas in a mood, you know. But I can promise you that starting after the Christmas, you know, there won't be any break. Maybe any schools and so I need to settle in properly. I have settled in, and I know I can be working from here. Eti, the money na masi, and I know Obisu, America dear. Obana yes. Echere se, ube boom ya meti ha meti mi show. Debia system no banati. No crepa. System ni more day to the point say muhunu obi anso adabia wo sore no betina Monday to Monday be kwase ya ne aboa say ni pa no ni dwuma bia no ye useless pa. It's a system we want him na dabia wo hye ba bi ye kwase ya ne aboa na wo mpe bibi nya wo ye useless. Eda mu nyina wase ye be hye bio. O ma bai. Etriancas. Era the years was this amazing Abia. Now I'm meeting Abia for fruit. Abia DJ Womu.